Hello YouTube people, today I'm going to show you something rather crazy but good quality. This is Novamos Shan Hai watch. Why it is crazy I believe I need no explanation, but why it is good quality I will show you later on. But in short, this watch is titanium case with no sharp edges, has 50 meters of water resistance rating, sapphire crystal with beautiful blue anti-reflective coating, and has high beat rate automatic movement. This watch is sponsored by Novamos, so Novamos, thank you very much for providing me with such crazy experience on my wrist. I got this watch inside this packaging. Let me show you how it opens up. It slides out like that, and then this box opens up like so. Very cool. Inside you get envelope with instructions and of course a watch. Very nice packaging. Now let's talk about specifications, and all measurements are done by me. I measured everything myself. So first of all, rather interesting thing, I took this watch off the strap and weighed it. So guess how much this thing weighs off the strap. I believe most of you are gonna guess a little bit too much. The weight of this thing off the strap is 73 grams, which is not that much considering such crazy design. You know, it's titanium and it is hollow inside. I will show you later. So the diameter of this watch is 50.2 millimeters, but lug to lug distance is just 44.6 millimeters, so not that much. Thickness. Now thickness, if I measure from crystal to crystal, it is 14.3 millimeters, but if I measure just the case alone next to the crystal, it is 12 millimeters right there. Lug width is 24 millimeters. Diameter of the crown 7 millimeters, and it is rated up to 50 meters of water resistance. It has sapphire crystal on top with this very beautiful blue anti-reflective coating, and it has mineral crystal on the bottom, also with very beautiful blue anti-reflective coating. And about the movement inside we're gonna talk a little bit later. And I think it's rather interesting how this case is made. It is made using a precision stamping press. A 50-ton press is applied 12 times to shape it from a titanium plate, and then it takes 1 hour for 6-axis CNC machinery to carve out all those mountains. And the black one is treated with electroplating plus DLC coating. And the difference is that the colorful ones also go through very interesting process where they are baked in a vacuum at 1100 degrees Celsius for 24 hours to form a frost pattern. So colorful ones have also a frost pattern, and that's why colorful ones are a little bit more expensive as well. So I think that's rather interesting how this case is made. That's how this watch looks like from top-down view on a 16.5 centimeter wrist. And in terms of a comfort, this watch feels actually alright, because the case back profile is completely flat, so this watch sits on my wrist very stable, and lug to lug distance is just 44.6 millimeters. So surprise, surprise, but this watch even on my small wrist doesn't feel bad. This watch is actually easy to take off the strap. All you need is just simple spring bar removal tool and you're good. It's nothing unusual, very easy to remove. So that's good news, because if sometime in the future you decide that you want a strap of different color or material, so it's good to know that it's very easy to change. All you need is just another 24 millimeter strap, and that's how the original one looks like. And it has this titanium buckle with Novamos engraving, and it feels nice. It feels well made. It feels nice on the wrist. It feels soft. It's a good strap. I haven't found much information about this movement online. It only says that it is 6600A movement that has 38 hours of power reserve, and that's all the information I found. What I can see is that it is high beat rate movement, 28,800 beats per hour, as you can see right there. 0 beat error, and it runs roughly about plus 5 seconds, which is nice. Now another observation about this movement is that no matter how I shake it, I just cannot provoke this balance wheel to freely spin inside, which probably suggests that this balance wheel is actually winding this movement in both directions. And also look at those cogs. While I rotate the watch to move the balance wheel, cogs are rotating in both directions. So, I'm not an expert, my knowledge is really shallow, but from what I can observe, it appears like this rotor is winding this movement in both directions. I'm not sure about that, so if you know, tell me in the comments. What I can tell you for sure is that this thing looks really nice. I really like those decorations on the movement, different colors. It's just a nice thing to look at. This is a really nice thing to look at. So we are looking through mineral crystal that has bluish anti-reflective coating, and on the face it has sapphire crystal, also with blue anti-reflective coating, and pay attention, it has really good clarity. Really good clarity. You see those reflections, but they are very well controlled, I would say, especially on such bubbly sapphire crystal. It looks so good. It looks so, it's a very beautiful thing to look at. How everything is moving and ticking inside, that's rather fascinating. Even though, I'm quartz guy, but when I get something as nice as this to look at, I really appreciate it. It looks really good. Really good. Also, this movement is hackable. If I pull the crown, I can stop it. And let's take a moment to look at those hands, especially look at the second hand. It represents a tree branch, and there is a little white bird sitting on that branch. It's so tiny, it's so cute. Looks really good. Okay, let's start it up and start beating once again. Now let's wind it up a little bit, and currently, as you can probably tell, it is fully wound, and it has overwound protection, you can say, because I see the spring inside just skipping right now because it's fully wound. So that's nice. Man, this thing looks really good. I just can look at this thing like a little child looking at something shiny and beautiful. I really like it. I really like it. I think it really looks good with this black color case together with this bluish anti-reflective coating. It's a very eye-catchy thing to look at. The finishing of the case is very nice. It does not have any sharp edges. Even those mountains feel nice to touch. They have no sharpness. The top edge, not sharp, feels nice to touch. The bottom edge actually has this nice sloping edge, which has no sharpness whatsoever. Even inside lugs don't feel sharp. So yeah, this case is nicely finished. It's a nice thing to touch. But how does it look up close? Let's take a better look at those mountains and melting ice. I'll talk about design a little bit later. First of all, let's take a better look of what we're gonna be talking about. And also pay attention at this bluish anti-reflective coating on sapphire crystal. Man, that looks so nice. It looks so nice, like a soap bubble. That's so beautiful. So yeah, those mountains, they're definitely a conversation piece on the wrist for sure. Very polarizing as well. Some people gonna hate it, some people gonna love it, and that's nice. That's nice. Nice to have something completely crazy sometimes, Very unconventional. Let's just put it that way. What else is very unconventional is that this watch has a secret compartment. Let me show you. So let's open it up. So good thing is that the inside of the case is hollow, so it's not as heavy as it would have been, you know. So inside there is written number 44 out of 999. Let's have a little chat about this watch. So what this watch tries to represent is like a piece of nature, mountains next to the blue ocean, and I can definitely see that. It looks like some kind of volcanic black ash island next to the blue ocean. That's for sure. I see that. I think design wise they have achieved what they were aiming for. I can definitely see that. That's cool. And you know, I have read plenty of comments on Reddit about this watch, your opinion about this watch, and oh boy, your opinion about this watch is controversial to say the least. And I think most of you are just completely missing the point. And first of all, creating something like this crazy, it crosses so many different lines. It's thinking so far out of the box. I think that demands respect, because creating something like this not only requires lots of money, but also requires courage to go against the crowd, against the drift, against the current. You know, it's something that I actually respect. You know, you like the design, you don't like the design. It's something that kind of demands respect, in my opinion. Also, what demands respect is the build quality. No sharp edges, right materials used like titanium, sapphire crystal, nice crown, high beat movement, 28,800. I mean, the build quality is good on this thing. You like it or not, but the build quality of this thing is good. And even on my small wrist, my wrist is 16.5 centimeters. This thing feels nice. It's fine, because lug to lug is just 44.6 millimeters. And this watch sits completely flat on my wrist, and I don't even feel that this watch is 73 grams, which is not that much, to be honest, especially given the size of this watch. So yeah, that's about that. And speaking about design, well, Novamos is targeting with this watch men. And in my opinion, they are a little bit missing the target, because once my wife tried this watch on her wrist, oh boy, then it actually clicked for me. Then I saw this watch, how beautiful it actually is. At the moment when my wife tried on this watch, she was dressed up fancy and nicely, and this watch just on a woman's wrist looks like some kind of high fashion, expensive luxury accessory of some kind. On a woman's wrist, this watch looks spectacular, absolutely wonderful fashion accessory. On a man's wrist, well, I don't know, definitely not on me, definitely not. You know, I like vintage style small watches mostly. I appreciate something like this crazy, but something like this crazy, it's not for me somehow. It's just not for me. But on my wife's wrist, this watch looks just so good, so good. I believe it would look really good on my mom's wrist, on my sister's wrist, because it looks like some kind of high fashion luxury accessory, you know, on the wrist. So what can I tell you? No, if you want this watch for yourself, go for it. Quality is good. You get my pass, you know, quality is good. And if you won't like it, I'm pretty sure your wife is gonna like it, and you're gonna like how this watch is gonna look like on your wife's wrist. I'm pretty sure about that. So yeah, sorry Novamos for going a little bit against your targeted audience, you know. But that's just my opinion. We all see things a little bit differently, and I think this watch looks just spectacular on a woman's wrist. So that's my opinion about this watch. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye.